So things shifting, things moving. Right, guys, I'm going to say this. When I see the Queen of Cups coming up at one end and it's book ended by the Queen of Cups at one end, the Queen of Wands at the other end, I get it. This is when we can be like caught up in our feelings, but action as well, right? Action is needed. Why does it shine? I don't like that. Sorry, Virgo moon. So we have the Queen of Cups coming up as your underlying energy. Yes, she comes from her heart space. She knows how she feels. I kind of think this might be a week of really talking about how you're feeling, talking about, well, you have the opportunity to, if you want to. Some of you won't because of the Seven of Cups coming up here. But yeah, she knows how she feels. She knows what her love is worth. She knows what her cup is worth. So she's going to see, is the person in front of me, are they worthy of my cup? Am I going to go for this? Is this something? She's very caring. She's very nurturing, very loving energy. Also very intuitive. So I kind of think this week or going into this week, at least this, overall in this week, you'll know how you feel. You know how you feel. Like some of you might be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But I always see, it's general, so the energies can go both ways. But I always see this energy, the underlying energy, as our energy going in, the person that I'm reading for, the people that I'm reading for in this case. And this is about knowing how you feel this week. Now, don't do this, Aries. Don't do this. We have Seven of Cups coming up, which is this a fantasy? Is this illusion? Is this a dream worth following? If you're truly in Queen of Cups energy, you know. She's intuitive, right? She knows how she feels. And that's the thing to focus on. This is how it makes me feel. I know this is what my heart wants. But this is that, are there other options? Is this worth pursuing? Is this going to make me happy? What's going to come out of this? Do I have more than one option with this? I think there's the illusion of a choice here. And I say illusion, this can be other options that come in. But she knows, right? So if she knows how she feels about something, she won't need to question it. I think you're questioning it because of this Prince of Pentacles or Knight of Pentacles energy that's coming up in the past. Yes, that can be an earth sign. So we have water, earth, fire here. Can be anything, right? The signs don't own the cards. They just lend their characteristics to it. But this is, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And it kind of feels like you've been very steady. You've been going slowly. You've been putting one foot in front of the other, making sure you're in a stable place. And this is a message that keeps coming up for people. Everyone's been working really hard, at least the people that I read for, that, to gain some level of stability, to get to this place where I have a plan. I know where I'm going. I'm going to do this properly. I'm not going to rush into anything. That kind of goes to pot. I'll just say that this week. Because as much as you've wanted to go slowly and be steady, and, that comes from wanting to be safe, right? The Prince of Pentacles, he could go faster, he could go like the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords. Princes are the knights. He could do all of those things. But I often think, does he go so slowly because he's looking for guarantees? He's looking for that perfect plan. He wants things to be stable, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that comes from a place of vulnerability. Second guessing yourself. Is this real? Is it too good to be true? That comes from a place of vulnerability. Nobody wants to be hurt. Which is why you're being told to trust your heart. Trust your heart. You know how you feel. That's all that matters, is how you feel about this. Are you going to go for how you feel? You have the Eight of Wands coming up in the present. So as slow as this guy's going, things pick up, right? This is the energy picks up. This could be messaging back and forth. This could be new opportunities coming. This could even be travel. And this is speed. There's speed associated with this. I always see the Eight of Wands as the minor arcana Chariot card. Because the Chariot it's quick. You're kind of being pushed along, propelled along. And how are you going to control that situation and make it, work it to your best advantage? This is kind of the same. But think about it. The Queen of Cups is sat above it. Are you going to communicate how you feel? Or is there, this could be how you feel about the opportunities that come in. This is a relationship. Kind of feels like there's a lot of talk this week. Whether you're in an existing relationship or you're looking to get into a relationship with someone. I feel like you're being dragged out of your comfort zone with this Prince of Pentacles coming out. Or, this could be someone else. Maybe they were going really slowly before. And I was like, what the hell happened? How come they're coming at you so strong, right? You can trust what they're saying, because with the Eight, I know Mercury's retrograde. But, Mercury retrograde, it doesn't make communication confusing in and of itself. I don't believe it does. I just think people behave differently and they say things that they wouldn't normally say. You might be doing that. And because we get used to a certain dance with someone, we're used to them behaving a certain way, speaking a certain way. That can be what kind of throws us. We're like, whoa, where did that come from? Am I misunderstanding this? Well, no, because with the Eight of Wands, the communication is clear. You know, the information, you can read between the lines clearly. It's everything is clearly stated back and forth. Now, if you can do that open communication, say how you're feeling, stay in tune with how you're feeling, your heart space, right? Not second guess yourself. Where does that lead? Well, it leads to the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card, your heart's desire. I just feel like I have to say, you can trust this, Aries. You can trust this, whatever it is. Offer for a job that you've been working towards, you know, something that you're trying to study, a relationship. I'm getting for a lot of you, this is relationship oriented. Because the reason I say that, I mean, there's no kind of relationship cards coming up. And we can love anything in our lives, like our children, our families, our friends, work, career, whatever. We can love anything. And that's what she is, what she loves. But the only thing that makes us second guess as much as we do is romantic relationships. So I'm getting that that's the case for some of you here. But it leads to the Nine of Cups, guys. So at the very least, out of this communication, out of this expression of where you are, it leads you to understanding what your heart's desire is. It makes things clearer. So at the very least, that's what you get out of it. If you've been trying to figure out... Now, for some of you, there's nothing going on. There's no romantic relationship. There's nothing that you're kind of... But you're very aware of how you want to feel. You're very aware of your own emotional space. Yeah, Cancer season will do that for people. You know, there's that kind of energy. So going into now, Leo, so think about it. Water energy here, we have fire coming in. Fire is your element. This is at the very least knowing that, you know, this bullshit. Forget the fantasy, forget the illusion. I know what makes me happy. I don't have to second guess. I don't have to see if it's if it's dream worth pursuing, because I know what my heart's desire is. I know what my wish is. And it might be that by exploring the opportunities that come in, or going with this kind of energy that comes in, especially from a heart space, because your heart's always going to tell you which way to go, especially in Leo season, it leads you to this energy. What's the advice though? The advice is the Queen of Wands. Now, I love the Queen of Wands. I love the King of Wands from this deck as well. I love them both. This is that energy of, okay, I know what I want and I know how to get it. That's the whole thing. And you'll know how to get it because of all the work that you've done in the past. Either because of having dealt with someone like this who was so slow and so steady, or because you've been like this. You've been going through the motions, going through the steps, doing all of that work, right? That methodical, looking at things, dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's. It's action time, guys. Action time. You've done the practical. On top of the emotional. Now it's time for the action. And that's just it. She is confident. She is confident. Look at this guy here. Like, he's looking at the cups. He's not reaching out for any of them. He's got his hands out by his side. He's like, oh, I don't know which one I want. What do I want? You know, but if I take this one, then what's going to happen to that? You know, and that's what the Seven of Cups is. But this is having more than enough, having your heart's desire. And the advice on how to get to this is take some action. Just go for it. Confidently. She doesn't understand what no is. She doesn't understand what no is. And, you know, yeah, the answer isn't always yes to what we want. When we go for something, although she never thinks about that. She never thinks that, you know, am I going to get a no out of this? Because she wouldn't do it. She just thinks, I want it. I'm going to go get it. I know who I am. She's very sexy. She's very attractive, very passionate energy, very creative energy. And when I say attractive, it doesn't have to be physically attractive. Attractive means attracting whatever you want to yourself. Wands is great manifestation energy. And you have your wish coming in. But it's about knowing who you are, knowing what you have to offer. I love this reading for you, Aries. I really do. Because there's some kind of like really dynamic energy here. And I mean, have a look. We've got this is in the past. This could be last week, last month, last year. Foundation. You've put in, you've done the grunt work. Now the opportunities are coming in that you want. But will you seize them? Because that's the thing with the Queen of Cups. And I mean, she doesn't say how she feels. Still waters run really deep with the King and Queen of Cups. They can express, I mean, they always look soft and nurturing and lovely. But the depth of their emotion, they kind of conceal that sometimes. maybe it's time to reveal that. And there's more to you. There's more to you than just how you feel. There's that passion to do something, the action that you want to take. You're kind of done with the going slowly, right? I mean, if this is not romantic, Queen of Wands, she's also more social. You know, she's a social butterfly. She's out there in the spotlight being seen. For some of you, this is a work reading, right? This is something that you put your heart and soul into. You really love this. But you might have had to put in massive amounts of work, just that kind of looking at the details, doing things little by little, getting it done. Now the opportunity's coming. Now you're getting the chance to say your piece. Now is your chance to shine like the Queen of Wands, and you get your heart's desire. So we have ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. I do feel there's support here. 8 of Wands. That's someone else. You're not communicating with yourself. Who are you communicating with? Especially if you can't decide, you know, this might be, whatever this is, it might be something completely different from this situation. Like you're trying to figure out, is that relationship I want to go for? Is that the job I want to go for? And so here it might be a friend, your partner, someone that you communicate with and discuss it. And they help you to get to the realization of what your heart desires, right? Act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Now, this for me sometimes is long distance relationships. That can be long distance relationships too. Now, if you've been in a long distance relationship and it's kind of felt like things were stagnant or stuck, can do with this guy, and you're thinking, is this going to last? You know, what's the kind of, what kind of future does this relationship have? Be in the moment, know what your heart says, and, you know, believe that with the Queen of Wands coming up as the advice, you will know what to do. You've put in so much work already. You'll get to your wish. But communicate clearly, even if you're doubting or, you know, you don't feel that way. Excuse me. With the act as if your partner is here card and the 8 of Wands, there are things that you can do to communicate and to close that kind of distance, even if it's just verbally between yourself and whoever it is. Right, let's get you a Wisdom of the Oracle card. What do you guys need help with? Seriously, because a leg up just came out. And that is ask for help. Ask for help and a leg up. They're very similar. This says that you've gone as far as you can on your own. And it's interesting because Pisces got something similar too. I think everyone's been doing a lot of self-work, you know, moving ahead, doing things, trying to figure things out themselves. It might be time to bring other people in now, right? Dear you, there are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it might seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time. Realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall, drown, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you are in free fall, we are here for you, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into this transition to something new. All the elements are in place and your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter what you're asking about, it's time to take the risk and do that thing that scares you. Say how you feel, maybe. No matter what happens, you will land softly, right on target. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself. That's the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. She is courageous. She's very confident. Like, she will go for it. And that's what this week kind of feels about. Like, it's not promising you anything. I've said this before, with the 9 of Cups here, it's promising that you will know at the very least what your heart's desire is, which is a step up from this. I don't know what I want. I don't know if this is too good to be true. Well, how will you know unless you try, unless you say how you feel, unless you act from what your passions are, what your heart truly, you know, expressing what is in your heart. That's what I'm getting very much this week. And I love it. I love it when Aries do that. You guys are such a genuine sign. And I guess I can understand why it's been hard, especially with, you know, Mars, your ruler, retrograde. Sometimes you can feel like the kind of wind is not, you know, hasn't been in your sails for a bit, but things are picking up, guys. Things are really picking up.